Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Defense puts it up, and he's headed the other way.
Now, you know this guy dreamed of starting this game off right and running the football and positive and being the guy throughout the day, not coughing it up on the first carry. Going to have some resilience because he's going to get more totes, and he's got to make sure he's ready for it.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. Previous play will be overturned. Here comes the offense on second down. To the ground with the back. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass and then second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Might as well give it to him again. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are.
And the intensity is going to be big too, Jay, because the players, these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
And make that statement. Make that early start. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. That'll pay off big time in late season.
Gives it on the option. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hawkins. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. The Knights will have it first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Take it to the house. Touchdown, Knights.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Terry. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Flynn. And the defense settled in to stop that before a short gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Give to the back. Getting that push. They pick up the 4 out to the 26.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Looking to the big time. Fires in the trap again. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Right back to the well. He's dragged down to the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's over. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Ball down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. He's looking to throw on third and short. To the end zone, it's just picked up. Bringing it back. And a big return back. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. It's this area, the field breeze, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows for throwing for a quarterback were smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply won.
Leaves it with the running back. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
To the air on second down. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Looking for space. It's Lyle. He's at the top. Once he got open space, the game plan was
This coaching staff is trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. This season, this guy is scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
and the extra point is good. We must check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. USF looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Bulls. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller. That's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership. Come out here, beat your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week. Now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive.
give to the defense. Stopped after he picked up the 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from a defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
That's a he holds it in, and nobody's close. He's loose. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, UCF!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Coming out with it, it's Terry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go. Get in the end zone, Gorilla.
From the gun, wants to pass. It as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Nestles it in at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. Leaves it with the back. Didn't get much done on that line. He'll find his way out and maybe pick up the yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. With the cage, it's Harvey. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Working downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Harvey.
Well, we've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game. He's a weapon, and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Power football with the ball down. They'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game. On that 2nd down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And not much going on downfield. They just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Well, they've got to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. He's knocked down. There's also a boundary on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Rush is running. They get to him as he throws. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One thing this team has shown earlier this year is not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Terry. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Here's Tim Gibson. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Dances away. Got out of trouble. And the throw out to the sideline. Just enough to get.
Pass rush has got to do a better job with their lane integrity. You cannot let this particular quarterback with his speed flush out to the right or to the left because he's absolutely going to kill you. You've got to do a better job of collapsing the pocket and forcing him to step up into the team under rush.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime.
Let's go!
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He rolls one down the sideline. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. missing that return. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high rate.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the Tigers are in the hurry up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down. Look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The guy leaves it on the inside with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback making checks. Shotgun snap, lost the forward. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He'll feel the punch right. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is doing. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling up until they find an answer.
The Knights have made 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll run it again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense. When you give up 9 yards on first down, the second down there, they bring some pressure. They're in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation.
He looked as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to try to get our best player. We're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come out and tackle there.
You see those guys so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds. They're fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
The Knights look to keep this drive humming.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a taker. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it at night and they just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Solid pick up for 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. He was slipping in the end zone and getting down at the 4 after the big pass play.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it. But you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot passes, some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense. in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run passing option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that matters.
Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Fielded in the end zone. It's Terry. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Using his legs. It's right. Moves it to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually make it run.
They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one.
42, spot.
Looking to throw on first down. He tries to take the top off. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the game.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Out you go. They'll run it inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game is going.
Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been working on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the The clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. Probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Give as they work on that clock. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Didn't get much on first down and 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Makes the grab, it's Pringle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. Give to the running back. Much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming in the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damages on the team. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great game.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
How we got the give to the back. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
And the returner is stopped. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's taking the deep shot. And that would be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical.
hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete on the right side. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Timeout is called with just a single second left. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to go up top on first down. They fall to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come in.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.